Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we are going to talk about Blackbeard revealing why he's afraid of Rayleigh. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. But pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel. That way you will join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit or master your favorite haki. It would also help our crew a lot if you leave your thumbs up on today's video, so together we can become yonkos. Now let's continue with today's video. Older characters recognizing that younger characters will probably outgrow them at some point is a pretty subtle vision for something like One Piece. We've seen this happen with characters before, and Rayleigh is no different. Despite how powerful he is, known among fans as an exceptional fighter, that doesn't mean he still has the spirit to get through a long fight. So where does Blackbeard come into all this? Well, he's certainly not as old as Rayleigh, but he knows his legacy. Let's say they meet again in the middle of the story. Who do you think would win? That's exactly what we're here to discuss in today's video. Of all the big three that dominated the 2000s, One Piece is the only franchise that is still going strong. That means that Shonen is still introducing new characters to us that surpass the old ones, or at least go toe-to-toe with them. That means new character dynamics to be explored and new relationships to be forged. And, of course, new character interactions that allow us to pit them against each other. As in the case of Rayleigh and Blackbeard. In his prime, he would have been an ace because Silver's Rayleigh was stronger than Marshall D-Teach, better known as Blackbeard. In Chapter 1059, Blackbeard ran away from Amazon Lily only because he feared Rayleigh for his reputation and did not want to face him head-on. However, Rayleigh admits that he is no longer up to it, and that if Blackbeard wanted to, he could defeat him with the proper effort. So, it's practically like a double-edged sword. Blackbeard is an enigma. He is part of the Four Emperors, also known as the most infamous pirates to sail the high seas. But at the same time, he is known for the dichotomy in his nature. The man is courageous in some situations and frankly cowardly in others. He is extremely intuitive when it comes to certain things and utterly ignorant of others. But one thing that remains constant, it is his hunger for power. Blackbeard rarely stops at anything if it means he gains more influence and power over the new world. He is extremely deceptive in all attempts to make things go in his favor. Blackbeard is extremely determined in his goals and treats his crew well so that they can all achieve them together. In some ways, his personality is very similar to Luffy's. Both are voracious with a thirst for adventure. But where Luffy has more morals than protecting others, Blackbeard has no inhibitions when it comes to getting what he wants. He's cruel enough to make prisoners kill each other to become his comrades, so he doesn't have the highest moral grounding. Then couple that mental ability with his Yami Yami no Mi, a treacherous devil fruit that encompasses darkness, and we have a deadly combination. Blackbeard has shown himself to be an expert planner and a master at orchestrating manipulative schemes as long as he has a sufficiently advanced period of time to prepare. He waited 2 decades aboard the Moby Dick with the Whitebeard pirates and even integrated the crew dynamics, solely to increase his chances of obtaining Yami Yami no Mi. He was also responsible for the capture of Monkey D. Luffy in order to secure a bid for the vacant Shichibukai position from the world government, which in turn was simply sought for free access through the gates of justice to the notoriously impenetrable Impel Down to recruit extremely powerful level 6 prisoners to strengthen his crew. This scheme completely fooled both Sengoku and Suru, the Marine's 2 biggest strategic mentors, with Sengoku realizing Teach's true intentions only after Blackbeard's pirates showed up in Marineford. He has also already made plans to steal the Gura Gura no Mi. Instead of taking Whitebeard to steal his devil fruit, Teach effectively manipulated Whitebeard and the entire Marine military force, including Admiral Sakazuki and Bosalino, to fight each other during the former's attempt to rescue Ace. Eventually, Whitebeard became fatally wounded and weakened enough for Teach and his crew to brutally overpower him, and eventually killed Whitebeard to steal the Gura Gura no Mi, becoming the first person to use 2 devil fruit powers. When confronted by Shanks and his crew, Blackbeard had his crew retreat as he deemed it was not the right time to fight them, which showed a great sense of caution. After his victory over the remnants of Whitebeard's pirates, Teach used his previous knowledge of the latter's territory to conquer most of it, becoming one of the Yonkou. However, despite all all his combat skills and intellect, Blackbeard has a ridiculous habit of concentrating too much on conversations with his opponents while fighting them, letting his guard down in the process, a weakness he demonstrated in his battles against Whitebeard, Luffy, and Magellan. This usually results in him suffering some critical injuries. In fact, if not for sheer Yu's help, Teach's entire crew would have died from Magellan's poison fruit ability. After his victory over the remnants of Whitebeard's pirates, Teach used his previous knowledge of the latter's territory to conquer most of it, becoming one of the Yonkou. However, despite all his combat skills and intellect, Blackbeard has a ridiculous habit of concentrating too much on conversations with his opponents while fighting them, letting his guard down in the process, a weakness he demonstrated in his battles against Whitebeard, Luffy, and Magellan. This usually results in him suffering some critical injuries. In fact, if not for sheer Yu's help, Teach's entire crew would have died from Magellan's poison fruit ability. Teach has incredible resilience, as demonstrated when he took an earthquake blistering attack from Whitebeard and burns to the head, face, and neck without losing consciousness, especially since his devil fruit causes him to take even more damage. He also took a direct slash from Whitebeard's Bicento without suffering any lasting damage and was able to shake off a kick to the head from Supernova Jewelry Bonnie. During his fight against Stace, he was wounded in the chest by two fiery spears, but after shaking off the flames, he was able to shake off the impact of the attack. Another indication of his sheer resistance is that he took a Gear Second attack at close range from an angry Luffy, and being hit by Sengoku in his Daibatsu form, and he came away with only minor injuries both times. Teach also possesses enormous physical strength, even for his comparable size, which is demonstrated when he seriously wounds Luffy and Ace, both exceptionally strong and powerful in just one hit, causing them both to hit back with incredible strength and distance. In the anime, he was shown to be able to hit back and injure Whitebeard with a few punches, a feat that shocked the other members of the Whitebeard pirates. He was able to stop an earthquake attack by Whitebeard with his own physical strength and with the help of his Kuroyuzu technique. This not only demonstrates his cunning intelligence and power, but also the great potential he possesses as a pirate. Rayleigh was a force to be reckoned with in his prime. I mean, what else would you expect from someone considered the right hand of the Pirate King? Rayleigh was prolific in his time for his prowess as a pirate and fighter. His control over his haki is so legendary that even Luffy went to him for training. His reputation is so frightening that even Blackbeard gave up on facing him, and as someone who answered directly to Goody Roger, he could be nothing but exceptional. So even though he is old now, he is still able to deal with powerful opponents and knows how to handle himself perfectly in risky situations, which means that he also possesses courage and is smart enough to be able to clash head-on with younger characters who clearly possess more power than him in a smart way, not only to defeat them, but aware that they should convince them to back down or give up. A direct combat would probably lead him to defeat. Although he is quite skilled, the new generation always outperforms the old. In this sense, when we analyze the most recent situation in which Blackbeard ran away from Rayleigh upon seeing him, what interpretation do we draw from this? The first is that he might not be more powerful than he is or capable of fighting back now. However, the truth is different. Blackbeard knows when to fight. He would fight two tired admirals instead of one completely well. In this situation, there were two Seraphim, Rayleigh and Hancock, to be faced. Teach can be a treacherous fool at times, but he is still pretty smart. That said, as he backed off, he was not afraid of Rayleigh, but concerned about the unfortunate situation that was unfolding against him. Rayleigh's presence was the decision that made him decide to go back. That is why Rayleigh stated that under normal circumstances, Blackbeard would win against me. Rayleigh has no resistance, but Teach doesn't know that. He has only known the apex of this legendary pirate man who has marked history along with his captain and companions. Blackbeard only makes a move when he believes he has an overwhelming advantage. So, yes, he was sweating in fear of losing because he didn't count on the presence of one more person to defend Hancock. So, we can say that he was not afraid of Rayleigh, but afraid of losing in the face of the situation. So he chose to back off and walk away at once. This means that he is not yet powerful enough to take on so many at once, right? With that in mind, I wonder what level this character has reached these days. Who could we compare him to? In a fight, is Luffy still stronger, or can Teach still beat our captain? Leave your opinion in the comments. That's it, my Straw Hat Pirate. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.